Hey everybody, how you doing? Mikey's back with a dip review. I made myself a deal, and my deal was I would not buy another can of dip unless I emptied 2 cans of what I currently have laying around, because I got a lot of, half a can of this, 3/4 of a can of that, third of a can of the other one laying around. So I've been working my way, finishing those off, getting them emptied out. And when I empty 2 cans of that stuff, I buy another can for review. I emptied 4 cans in the last few days. Now, I've been doing a lot of dipping lately. Not so. I think I've done one nicotine pouch and 2 nicotine pouches in the last week. The rest of it's been nothing but dip all the time, which is lovely. Um, One thing I like about this right now, for my job, I'm kind of in an in-between stage. I'm kind of done with my training section of the new job, but my store's not ready yet. So I'm kind of in limbo. Pretty much have box cutter will travel situation. But there's not really much for me to travel to for the last couple of weeks. And so the boss man said, go around your area, introduce yourself, talk to people, drum up some interest in potential employees, talk to groups and stuff who are potential customers and people who might want to have events at the store, stuff like that. So that's what I've been doing. I've been putting a lot of miles just driving around the county like crazy, talking to a lot of good folks. There's a lot of excitement for the store to come to the area. A lot of people have been looking forward to it. It's good to hear. So, all that traveling and driving I've been doing a lot of dipping. So I've emptied out some cans and I picked up something that I haven't had in a while. Why? Because I ran out of mint dip. I committed the cardinal sin, at least for me personally. I ran out of mint dip. Mint dip is my favorite. I like mint. It's just me. Some guys don't like mint. More power to you. That means more mint for me. Yay! Okay, so today, Longhorn, long cut mint, established in 2003. Plastic can, plastic lid with a sticker on the front. It's not no embossing, no fancy. They just keep it bare, basic, minimum. Logo, when they were established, the flavor, and a warning. On the side, we have, hey, look, it's a warning. Got some writing, UPC, their logo and branding. And anybody who wants that, hit your freeze frame if you can read it. And you can have that code, because I do not do the Longhorn rewards because, quite frankly, I don't buy enough of them. So, anyway, on the back, all you got is lot label, date code. That is it. Pretty basic, bare bones. Now, I have a love-hate relationship with Longhorn. I like it because it's cheap and the flavor's okay on the ones I've had, but the cut and me don't really get along. So I have troubles with the cut. Getting a good pinch, getting it to stay still without floaters all over the place. Me and Longhorn, we have difficulties in that area. But that doesn't stop me from trying them. Ooh, nice and minty, good mint aroma. Can't knock them for that. They definitely have a good mint aroma. There's your money shot right there. It's a nice dark brown with some like reddish brown bits mixed in there. Here's your obligatory lid shot. Get you an idea what the cut looks like. I believe their cut has improved over the last year or so. If memory serves me correctly, this is much more consistent looking than some of the other Longhorns I've tried in the past. So, this is made by Pinkerton. I guess I should go over that information. This is put out by Pinkerton Tobacco in Owensboro, Kentucky. And that has their customer service number, sale only allowed in the United States. At least 65% domestic tobacco. 65% domestic, 35% foreign. So this is a budget brand, so I don't knock them for using a 65-35 blend. If this was a top shelf brand and they were using that much, I might have an issue. But it's a budget blend. Okay, I'm okay with that. And this is your standard 1.2 ounce can, which is a little over 34 grams for you metric folks. Okay. Let's get in here and get a pinch. It's packed in there quite well. Nice springy, spongy action. It's got a nice moisture content. This is a fairly fresh can, well within date. And let me get a nice pinch out of here. Here's your pinch. Now, for me and Longhorn, pinch it as much as I might. Try and get a good solid pinch. Hopefully pinching it down hard like that will make it behave itself. But like I said, for me and Longhorn, it's a love-hate relationship because I have a hard time with this stuff because I don't know what it is about Longhorn, but I just can never seem to get a good solid pinch that'll stay put. I always have myself fighting with floaters that always wants to seem to move around, break apart, all that fun stuff. I don't know why. It's just... But it is a budget product. I think maybe they use some glycol, maybe a little bit more than other companies do. They keep the moisture in there, and that might give it some slipperiness in the mouth. That's the best I can figure. Flavor-wise, it's nice and minty. Got some sweetness to it. It's not extremely sweet. I would call it average on sweetness. I'm getting a good mint flavor. I can't knock it for the flavor. Flavor-wise, it's not bad. It's not the best mint I've ever tried, but it's not bad. Especially because it's the lowest price dip in my area. You know, $4.50 to $5.50. Here in Oregon, that's cheap. I know some of you guys a bit farther east in some of the non-tax happy states, you can get this stuff for $1.99. Use a coupon. Some guys are getting it for $1 a can. But here in Oregon, about $4.50 to $5.50. Which is about the cheapest you can get. Now I shop around. I can get Stokers in the same price range. Husky is in the same price range. You know, Husky, Stokers, and Longhorn. But usually Stokers and Husky are 25 to 50 cents more per can than this stuff. So in that same area, but they're usually just, you know, a quarter or two more than this stuff. And if you go to their website, sign up for coupons, they'll send you plenty of coupons. You can save even more money. But I didn't have my coupons on me this morning, so when I went and picked this up, I had to pay full price. Oh no. But anyway, this one, it seems to be holding together fairly well now. I am getting some floaters, but it's not as bad as previous cans I've had. It does have a good mint flavor. It's minty. It's not real strong minty, about average mintiness. Sweetness level, not real bad. Average sweetness, average mint flavor. I would say the tobacco, it shines through a little bit on the finish. It's in the background. It's faint, but it's there. But, you know, the mint flavor is the star of the show on this one. It's definitely front and center. And so far, I'm kind of surprised. It's actually staying where I put it. And I'm getting a couple of floaters, but nowhere near as bad as the last time I tried Longhorn Mint. Nicotine, average nicotine content. Not going to bowl you over. I wouldn't consider it weak. It's just nice middle of the road nicotine level. Not a whole lot, you know, it's not going to go, ooh, nicotine, but You're not going to be dipping this and say, man, this is weak. It's average nicotine content, average flavor, average nicotine content, average sweetness. Um, some of the dark fire comes through, and remarkably, I don't know if I got lucky on that pinch or what. This is actually holding position extremely well for Longhorn. I am getting some floaters, but nowhere near as bad as I've had in the past. So I don't know if they've changed their cut in the last year or so, improved it slightly, or if I just pinched it down real good, I compacted it good, compacted it just well enough to where it's behaving itself this time. But in the past with me and Longhorn, it's hit or miss. One pinch does great. The next pinch, floater city. There's no rhyme or reason to it. And I pretty much pinch it all the same, no matter one can to the next, one brand to the next. I try and pinch them about the same. Although in this one, I did put more pressure on it when I pinched it that first time, getting it out of the can. So maybe that was a factor in helping out. I'm not sure. But if you like mint and you want to save a couple of bucks, this is a viable option for you. Like I said, it's not going to blow you away. It's not, oh wow, this is the best mint in the world. No, it's not going to do that. But this is not total crap either. So there are a couple of budget brands out there. Their mint is crap. Hear me, Kayak? Your mint is an abomination to mints everywhere. It's an insult to mints everywhere. Kayak mint is by far the worst mint I've ever tried. I don't know what Kayak does to their mint, but it's nasty. Nasty, nasty. At least I think it's nasty. Some guys, they love it. More power to you. I'm not going to dip into your supply. That's a guarantee. Longhorn, good change of pace. Whenever I want to switch it up, pick up a can of this, or if you don't have a whole lot of cash left, viable option, especially if you live in one of the states where you can get this stuff for like $2 a can. I mean, that's a bargain. What you would get for your $2, not bad at all. I have options because this, Stoker's, and Husky are all in the same price range around here. I would probably go with one of the other brands before I go with Longhorn. That's just my personal preference. And now that I've been talking for a while, it's sitting in here, it's starting to creep up. And I'm going to start getting floaters. And that's where Longhorn and me have an issue. Most other stuff will stay put. Minimal floaters, no problem. This stuff, now that it's sat there for a while, and because I'm talking and flapping my lip a lot, it's starting to move back a little bit, and the back edge is starting to creep up over that molar, and I'm starting to get more and more floaters the more I talk. So, anyway, Longhorn, mint. Nice and minty, some sweetness, average nicotine, a little bit of dark fire flavor there in the background. But for me, because of the controllability, at least for me personally, it's something I don't reach for every day. But that's just me. Your mileage may vary. There are some guys, they love Longhorn. That's pretty much all they do. For me, it comes down to a comfort factor for me in the lip. I like to put it in a dip. I don't really want to start fighting it after 5-10 minutes when it starts creeping up and you get the floaters. But that's just me and Longhorn. We don't get along very well in that department. If you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I will come at you all again later with another Dip, Chew, Snoof, Snuff, or alternate product review. Until then, you all take care. Have a good day. God bless. Longhorn mint. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Dip what you like and like what you dip. Catch y'all later. Bye.